Hello, 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 everyone. Yes, I am a few minutes late today, and that is because Terry's Tribe on Patreon went to Disneyland to celebrate the 67th birthday of Disneyland. Did you hear about this? Hello, Terry Hardin, Walt Disney's legendary Imagineer. If you're just joining us for the first time, say hello in the comments and post. I'd love to hear from you. If you're watching this after the live broadcast, then welcome and just let me know in the comments. Understand that I am an artist and a very busy one. And so I may not get to your comment right away. Don't hate me for it. It's just life happens, right? So love to hear from you. Love to chat with you. Love to see how you're all doing. So today I will quickly talk about one of the things that came across my news feed and probably came across yours. Many things came across that I found interesting, but let's talk about what the thumbnail is talking about. Grogu versus Gizmo. What do you think? You saw the two pictures up. Did you think that that it looks like Favreau lifted from the little what was it, Mogwai? Yeah. What do you think? And please post in the comments. Let me know what you thought about that. Do you think it's a lift? They're close. They have big eyes and they have floppy ears and they're cute as bugs, but it's not like it doesn't resemble the actual Yoda character from Star Wars. It's younger. So I kind of think it's a stretch in my personal opinion, but don't let me influence you. Tell me what you think. And I'd love to hear your pros and cons about it. If you don't think it's the case, let me know why you don't think so. And if you do think so, let me know why you do think so, okay? In the comments over here, because I am very curious about what you have to say about this. I thought this was a very interesting situation. I don't know if they filed any kind of legal thing. I didn't read that far. I just read the front part and said, that's an interesting observation. Excuse me. So, but you know, the only thing I think would help Favreau really, I mean, strongly, is that he looks like Yoda. In fact, everybody calls him Baby Yoda. So they just made Yoda more youthful, you know. So I never really did that crossover for me, but that's me. That crossover just didn't occur, but it did make me think, and I thought I'd ask you out there in the studio audience. Welcome to Terry TV. We're just asking you what you think, okay? And you can chat with me about that. And like I said, I don't think so because I think it looks a lot like Yoda. And so Yoda, they never said that about Yoda or Gizmo or Yoda. You know what I'm saying? So, interesting. Copyright, trademarks, things like that are very interesting. And so it's always interesting to say, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Right? Also, everyone, it was Disneyland's birthday yesterday, and today is the official birthday for public. So what that means, thank you, Leo Holzer, is that the 17th was press only, the first original opening date, but press was the only group invited. And then on the 18th, it was the first day for the public to be invited. So what does that mean to you? It means that if you really love Disney, you could go 2 times, celebrate the birthday twice. Everyone loves their birthday. Well, I think most people love their birthday to stretch out over time. So that's what's cool. Also celebrated with a lot of people whose birthdays are on that same day. Terry's Tribe member on Patreon, Robin Cohen, her birthday. She celebrated it with us yesterday at the park. And Willie Ito always goes to Club 33 on his birthday because his birthday is indeed the 17th as well. Amazing illustrator and author, Willie Ito. You've heard of him. He's brilliant. He's wonderful. He's adorable. And I didn't get to see him. I usually go up to Club 33 to see him. But because I had that bout with COVID, this is my 8th day of negativity, which is great. Not that I'm counting. But when I went yesterday, many people told me to be careful because you get this false, say this again, false sense of security when you're coming out of it. And you can get a symptom, an after weird thing, because you're recovering. You're still in the recovery mode, even though you're clean. It's recovery mode. And so I stayed for only about 4 or 5 hours, and then I came home. I usually stay for the birthday from first thing in the morning till about 4 o'clock. So about 8 hours. And then I come home. But yesterday I just stayed till lunch with the tribe. And then I went to World of Disney, which I haven't been there in a long time. Not since before the pandemic. I've not walked into the store. So I walked into the store and I found this cute top. Isn't it cute with stitches all over it? Terry's in stitches. Anyway. Really, really love it. It's a really great little shirt. It's very soft. It's soft on the inside as well as on the outside. Don't you love clothes that when they're against your skin, they just feel like a cuddle? So I'm getting hugged by stitches. Yeah, it's really wonderful. So it's great. But yesterday on the news, and I shared this with the tribe, I'll share it with you. What's the tribe, you ask? I'm so glad you asked. Here it is, patreon.com/Terri Hardin. It's a community of people who come together for it's a membership. Okay, full disclosure, it's a membership. It will be $5 a month, or which is $60 a year. I do not have the $60 a year thing. You just pay $5 a month. Very reasonable. The way Starbucks is going, you skip one coffee one day and you've paid for this membership. It has tiers. You can do more, but I'm working my way to have content in each tier. So I advise most people come in at that level. I deliver very well on that level, and it's a lot of fun. And month to month doesn't lock you in. It's very challenging if I think when you join anything for a year of opting out. Sometimes it's not for you. So I like month to month, because then if it's not for you, Terry's tribe, you just like hokey pokey. You put your right foot in, see if you like it. And if you don't, you take your right foot out, right? Or your left foot, whichever you prefer. But you can be on it for a month, see if you like the group. We do Zoom calls every Wednesday or Monday, depending on the week. And also we do a broadcast. I do a broadcast every Monday and Friday before I do this one. So if it's something you think you might enjoy, please check it out. Go check it out and be a part of it. Your voice is very important to add to the community. It's not just me talking to everybody. It's all of us sharing ideas and supporting each other. And many of you may or may not know, well, we'll talk about that later. They supported me on Friday. So just so you know, I needed to lean on someone and they were all there to catch me. You know that game when you close your eyes and you fall back? The tribe catches me and I catch them. So it's a great group of people. It's a lot of fun, and you'll find you really, really enjoy it. Really, really enjoy it. So consider it, please. Please consider it. But anyway, the tribe joined me for Disneyland's birthday. There was about, I'd say 20 people that were from the tribe, but about 15 of us went to lunch. We did a really fun thing called the Rock, Paper, Scissors Challenge, Rochambeau, you know this one? This one? Yeah, y'all know it. And it was kind of a last man standing. So one person started, winner moved on to the next person. And then they won a prize. And I brought a Club 33 pin, and the winner won that pin. So it's always something fun and cool. We had a great time at lunch. I just wanted them to have something extra, and I do this all the time. So for $5 a month, I'm always over delivering. Think about it. See if it's something you would like to do. Okay. So welcome. What did you do the weekend? Did you go to the birthday? Did you do like tribe member Connie and make a wonderful cake, light a candle, and sing happy birthday in your own community? That's cool too. Maybe you gathered on a Zoom call because you couldn't be at the park and you created your own. Let me tell you something, that one of the things I loved about only being in the park yesterday between 8 and 11 o'clock was I got to see all my friends when the park was pretty light. And when it got crowded, I didn't stay. Now, the one thing about the tribe is many of them did stay. Many of them still went and did stuff. And then they send me pictures so I can live vicariously through them. But honestly, because I had this bout with COVID and wasn't sure how I was going to react, and it's an hour or more drive home for me, I had to be careful, because you don't want to be half. Like, you don't want to be at 50% here and driving a 2,000-pound vehicle, or however it is. What is it, 20,000? Whatever the weight of a car is, you don't want to be behind the wheel when you're a little. So I was fine, but when I was pulling into my driveway at home, I started to feel lightheaded. So I had timed it just right. So you just got, you got to be cognizant of take an analysis. I made sure I had water so that I was hydrated the whole day, and then we had a lovely lunch, and then home I came. Didn't drink, even though Tortilla Joe's had bottomless mimosas, which was one of my favorite, but I couldn't do that if I was going to leave at lunch, could I? So really, really glad, so you do a little diligence, right? Okay, let's see what you have to say, because it's Monday. And so silly. He just looks like Yoda. See? So Audrey says, that's one for it doesn't look anything like Gizmo. Actually, two, because I won't say he doesn't look anything like it, but I think it's more coincidental because, if Yoda hadn't been around, then maybe I would be, But at this point, I kind of side with her. Hello, Chris Carter. Grogu looks like a juvenile Yoda that would make it difficult, as the argument would always be that Yoda was prior to Gremlins. Exactly my point. I actually, you said it better, Chris. Honestly, thank you for that. Because exactly my point. That if Yoda had not already existed, maybe you'd have a little case, but he did. And when you what I should have done is put a picture of Yoda next to Grogu, because Grogu looks like a baby Yoda. This is why many people called Grogu Baby Yoda. Okay, and then in The Mandalorian, they go, no, it's not a baby Yoda, but we all know this. We don't need to tell each other this, but it's to show that there is a species of Yoda-like creatures. Okay. And one is named Yoda and one is named Grogu. And one could be Ralph and one could be Albert and one could be, Rhea. Not sharing it with the dragon, of course. They could be all kinds of names, Sally, Sue, whatever. And so I thought that the little character was great because it was nice to see, I'd love for them to follow the Yoda race, but you got to be careful. If you want to do a Yoda story, a Grogu story, a story about their species, then you've got to have a good story. I'm just, I'm not impressed with what Disney's doing with story because it's non-existent. So they need to get a story, stop with the razzle dazzle effect stuff that doesn't work. Ben Kenobi was very sad in my opinion. And if you saw my, there's a broadcast on here, feel free to check it out, where the stock is just going, when Ben Kenobi's not helping. The viewership of Ben Kenobi, it just goes and blows up. Yeah. So it's very sad. So I agree with you 100%, Chris. I do. Thank you for saying it the way you said it. Yes, the tribe is less than a gallon of gas. We enjoyed it so much. A lot inside information and great people. Yeah, I should point out what Bob's part of the tribe is Rose is too. It's let me just point out something else, guys. When we Zoom, it's per household. Okay, so you don't have to do $5 for your daughter, $5 for your sister. If you're all living in the same house, it's $5 a month. That's it. So Bob and Rose, $5 a month. If Bob and Rose and his daughter wanted to get on a Zoom call, it would be Bob, Rose, his daughter. Do you see how it's really becoming a bargain? It's a bargain at $5, but when you look at it that way, it's even better. Okay? You want to ask me why you do this? Because I'm selfish. I want this community. I'm really excited about having you in my life. So really think about it. Patreon.com/Terri Hardin. Really think about it because Bob is absolutely right. Lunch was great to see Terri and the tribe. Yeah, it was fun. And Bob gave me a great shirt for Lindsay, and Lindsay loved it. He absolutely loved it. So when we'll put them on the next time when we go out, and we'll send you a picture because it was very kind of you to send the shirt. Absolutely. Mary Ann, I was just thinking about you, darling. Winner got a Club 33 pin. That's awesome. Yes. I was just thinking about you. So how are you? And thank goodness we got to chat because my life is running like a racehorse. You'd think, that this year would be, I don't even know why I think this year could be a little more smoother sailing. because July has been absolutely a sucky month for yours truly. But it's getting better. The birthday means from this day forward, it's going to be better. But getting COVID and and other things that are happening in my life, it's yeah. There you go. Right. Right. There's a formula that Disney came up with. The position of the eyes, the spacing of the features are likened to babies. Yeah. Well, this is what they, as an artist, this is not really Disney's formula. It's the art formula, honestly. But the point is that you can see on the thumbnail that I had up that there are similarities to Gizmo. I tried to even get the pose to be close so you could actually make a very good decision. Like you could look at them and say, but if you think about it, he's just the little Grogu is a baby Yoda species. And right now, we aren't quite sure, are we, what the species of Yoda is called? We just knew Yoda as Yoda and Grogu's Grogu. Am I right or am I wrong? See, this is later Star Wars, so I'm not into the later Star Wars as much. I keep getting disappointed, except for Mandalorian. So it's great. Well, hello, Gina. Grogu is Baby Yoda. So it looks like the Gremlins team has opened a can of worms since Yoda was around before Gremlins. Exactly. And I hope that they didn't open a legal thing. They just said, hey, we're thinking you got it from somewhere else. Now, Favreau said in the same article that when he was thinking about Grogu, he was thinking more along the lines of E.T. But in that respect, and you can only talk to Jon Favreau about this, but in that respect, I think it's got more of a personality of E.T., not the look of E.T. I think he was looking for that warm, childlike personality that E.T. has, because we all love ourselves a little E.T., right? And it's a favorite movie on the list of many people for a long time. So honestly, that's the kind of the camaraderie that like, for example, I kind of thought Favreau looked at E.T. for the relationship between him and the little boy, because he's kind of got that with the Mandalorian, doesn't he? That kind of very special connection, and that helps make him be connected with us too. So I kind of looked at that more than the look, because E.T. I don't think looks anything like Grogu, except for he's got big sweet eyes. So maybe what Jon Favreau is saying is that he wanted those big sweet eyes. So but yeah, you're right. Just you're right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Evan says, I had kind of hoped by now they would have at least named the Yoda species. Yeah, I thought that they hadn't yet. And I mean, that's the thing that I got excited about when I saw Mandalorian, was the fact that there were some new creatures coming in, including at that time Baby Yoda, now Grogu, as we know, which sounds a little like Gogurt. So I don't know how happy he is about his name. But the thing is that's really cool is that I thought, ooh, there's a thread that they could possibly take in later seasons. And that's kind of what I was hoping they would do, is stop trying to put your toe in the original Star Wars. Go off and do a Star Wars universe like Star Trek does. It's fun when they do that. That's what's great, is it's the Star Wars universe. So you can have a real lot of fun following threads, which would be cool. So that's what I can't speak for all Star Wars people, but that's what I'd like to see, is those threads. Just give us some threads, tell us about early Jedi correctly, not 1, 2, and 3, please. Tell us about the Wookiees, not the Christmas special, which was so smarmy and awful, was terrible. But follow these threads and make them gritty and fun. Like in Boba Fett, which I didn't like either. So full disclosure, thought Boba Fett was lame. Who wants to watch a guy in a fish tank for most of the series, honestly? But there was a season, I think it was like episode 2 in season 1, that was about the Sand People. And I love that episode. I just thought it was fun to learn about the Sand People. Some people thought, yeah, it seems kind of dumb. I didn't really worry about that. I love them reaching out and telling us about a group of characters that we don't know much about. It was fun to watch that. I don't know if you agree, but feel free to post if you do. Connie says Grogu is her mentor. Yoda is mine. But yeah, he's peaceful, he's calm, he's relaxed, he's lovely. He's a lovely little character, and he's really about chill, isn't he? You know, and this young one is about relax. It's all going to be fine, you know. But the characters that come across little Grogu don't know the Yoda story because they're not connected. They don't have, streaming. So the characters don't know about it. So they're trying to figure out what's going on with this little character. They feel like they want to protect because he's so childlike. He's a baby, obviously a baby something. So they want to protect it. But as they see him come into his powers, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. And you see them see him, which is great. And that's what we need in the story, Disney, if you're listening. Not that I would be so arrogant as to think you're listening to my channel, but in this channel, I think this is these realizations that happen in Mandalorian are what keep us coming back. When the story is lame, and Ben Kenobi we've been debating about the Ben Kenobi thing by far, because Ben Kenobi becomes more student than master. It doesn't work that way. Okay. I'm sorry. You don't lose your masterfulness. Doesn't happen. Okay. This is a little bit that you're going to think I'm taking a left turn, but let me just take a minute to point this out to you. So one of my favorite people to watch on screen is Nicolas Cage. And Nicolas Cage is one of these actors who seems to flip from lily pad to lily pad. Maybe he's doing a National Treasure, and then he's doing a terrible couple of movies that are completely unwatchable. And then he's doing something fun like Ghost Rider. And then he's doing something else cool. And then he's doing, he's everywhere and all places. And I love watching him. Well, my husband mentioned to me that he had been following the progress and process of a movie called Pig. Have you heard about this movie? It's amazing. And right now it's on Canopy. If you happen to have live in California and you have a library card, you have access to a thing called Canopy. Did you know this? Kanopy. It's free movies via the library. You get your library card, you sign up using the card, I believe, in any case, and you get 10 movies commercial free per month to watch. Now, it's a very eclectic group. It's not first run. It's a lot of times independent, small movies, but you sometimes come across real gems, and Pig is on there. Now, I'm not going to tell you anything about it, but I am going to tell you this. It has no special effects, and it has only the story and the actors and the director. That's it. It appears that this director, who I don't know, has cut everything away and taken the heart of what filmmaking is, allowing actors to act and bring their talents to the screen, director bringing his talent, everyone in the industry from costume design to art direction to et cetera, bringing what they did. And if you need to see this movie, okay? You need to see this movie because it illustrates exactly what I'm saying about Ben Kenobi. And I'm going to stop there because the discovery is part of your fun and I won't steal it from you. But it's called Pig, P-I-G, with Nicolas Cage. Must see it, okay? Must. I'm not saying you kind of want to see this movie. No, you need to see this. And after you see it, talk to me. Let me know. Let me know. But it's going to show you about talent. And it's going to show you about life. It's a little movie, a comfortable little, quiet little movie. Okay? A movie that is just brilliant because it is why filmmakers make films. Okay? It's not doing this latest Marvel movie, Doctor Strange, that my husband really didn't like. A lot of icing and underneath, no story. Like the cake was mud, but the icing was delicious. A lot of dazzle razzle, but ugh. So, sorry guys, just get that story strong and then you can just add to it. It should all be like a great meal. Don't overpower it with one or two ingredients, i.e. CG. Put story and then make it enhanced. like a little lemon pepper here or a little basil here to make the delish really sing, you know? So, watch it and then we can talk about, maybe we'll talk about what I mean and how it, how it illustrates how I feel about the Ben Kenobi series. And so that's why I thought the Ben Kenobi series wasn't that good. Hey everybody, the tribe is really fun. Come join us. See, they're so nice to say that. Yes, absolutely. Frank, we missed you. Hi everyone. Thank you for giving my sister Robin a great birthday experience yesterday. She was beaming with your love. Yeah, sorry we missed you. She kept saying you might show up. And I knew you were up in Washington. You don't stay in one place very long, Frank. But she did say that you're coming down, I think, next month, and she gets to extend her birthday because you're going to celebrate her birthday when you come down. So I think that's really cool. And if I'm available, I'd love to celebrate it again. But yeah, she said she's a quiet lady. You know this, Frank. And she was very grateful because she just chattered away with everybody. And you remember her at the Legends event. So your sister was she says she's found home in the tribe. And that means a great deal to me. That means a great deal to me. It's great to have created this. And I didn't do it alone. I did it with every single member who's a part of it. So thank you. Thank you to the tribe. Just thank you. Thank you. And the words, thank you. Thank you again. Josiah and let's see, Star Wars, Josiah says, Star Wars and teaming the aged character with a child seems to be the new formula. Mandu and Grogu, Obi-Wan, and. Yeah, you're right. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, does it? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like when, what was it called? The play that was based on The Wizard of Oz that everybody loved. I mainly remember the dragon at the end that was beautiful in the theater. Magnificent, just magnificent show. And everybody had to then make it like that. Everybody saw this is successful, let's copy it. And they all copied it and made their own movies based on it and everything. So, when something works, everybody wants to copy it and make, duplicates instead of coming up with creative ideas. And it's kind of sad. Little Layla. Yeah. Yeah, little Leia. Yes. Well, she was cute. But there are some sequences in there that are just no, please don't do this to me. Don't. Please stop. I mean, and many people said, her relationship in Ben Kenobi does not coincide with the relationship in the original Star Wars, and the original Star Wars came first, and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. That was weird. But the whole Obi-Wan character was weird. Just not that dignified, amazing character that we saw in Empire Strikes Back. And don't tell me it was because he's older. He trained Anakin Skywalker, okay? He trained him. He was the mentor. He was the teacher. Once the teacher, always the teacher, okay? You don't just forget and not be good at your craft. Doesn't happen, guys. Does not happen. So that was one of my big peeves with this. But there's other little ones, but some of you may not have seen it. So go see it and see if you agree. What did you think about Visions? I haven't seen it. I think I saw one. That's the one that's kind of YA, meaning young adult. Is that the one? Hard to say because I'm not. I think it's a Marvel thing too, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, you can see how it stayed with me. Not. I'll tell you what stayed with me was Reacher. Have you seen Reacher? I was going to put the Tom Cruise one on it. My husband said, no, has nothing to do with the book. Everyone hates that one. Watch the series. The series was really good. Really good. In fact, I started imitating him. No. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's on Amazon Prime and you should check it out because it's really, really quite good. I really, really enjoyed it. And then if you've seen Stranger Things, there's quite a few cool things in Stranger Things as they pay homage in this season to a lot of cool stuff. We got some real giggles at some of the Easter eggs that they showed. It's a fun series, that one. Yeah. I hope they do another season because it's just fun to see the kids grow up, and it's fun to see what little nuances they're going to put in. And it made me laugh. I thought I was going to miss it because I'm not an Easter egg hunter, but my husband gave me a heads up and said, watch for the Easter eggs. And oh man, I about fell over the chair because they were very obvious. I saw them. Yeah, it was no problem. But it's really cool. That's another show that's really fun. If you get a chance to see it, it's very good. Yes, we need the backstory. I enjoy the full character. The backstory is fun. And in the first movie, I mean, like, let's say Iron Man, which I thought was a brilliant movie. Iron Man did backstory. Iron Man also combined practical effects with computer generated effects so that it fleshed out the whole movie, because an actor acts off of each other, their environment, the costume they wear, and the props that they hold. But if you're in a green room, meaning that everything's going to be done in computer, and you're acting with the other actor in a green screen room, it takes something away from the performances, and so the actors should have some things practical with a green screen behind so that they can actually be vested. It's hard to do, and it's not fair, because this is the joy of acting, is being in the moment with these items. I remember Max von Sydow, who did Ming the Merciless in see, I love Ming the Merciless, and I forgot them anyway. And it took him, what did he tell me, 5 to 7 hours to get in the makeup, and he said he just became Ming as he watched himself transform. So all of this is very important for an actor, to make that physical transition and to hold those things. Gina Davis, when she did Stuart Little, was furious because she acted against a little green screen ball. And afterwards, she saw how cute Stuart was, and she thought her performance was rather lackluster. And so she told him if they were going to bring her back for the second one, they better bring a puppet in so she can react to the character. This is very important. It cannot be erased. Actors need certain tools in order to perform. A puppeteer needs a monitor. We need to see what the camera is seeing. Or you're going to spend a lot of time saying, not yet, not yet, not yet. Okay. If you don't have a monitor where you can see this, okay, if you can't see what's here, my borders, I see where my borders are. Okay. So if I've got a little puppet character, Remy will be the example, and I'm holding it out here and I'm doing my whole performance, they have to say, move it in, move it in, move it in, move it in. But if I have a monitor, then when I raise my character, he's going to be right in frame. I'm also going to know if I'm in frame. I can do all those corrections without you speaking to me. You understand? So that's why you have a monitor, because then we clear our heads, we do the character, and he's in frame. He's on the camera. So we need our tools, and don't take the tools away from the actors, or it makes a lame movie. And I think that was part of the problem with a lot of them that we're seeing now. Totally agree with the threads. My husband had a Star Wars encyclopedia with information on all the different beings and planets. So interesting and so much material to work from. Gina, you said that so well. You said, girl, so good. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. So good. You are absolutely number one right. And this is the thing with me, you, your husband, and anyone who's with Star Wars. We're not angry because you're trying to create new characters. You're just doing them poorly. And then the personalities of the character, what grounds them, is done not well. Not well at all. Just not. We're like, what book are you looking at? Where are you getting your reference? Do you even care? It's like they're just going like this. They might like that. Let's throw it. You ever see The Odd Couple? Walter Matthau and is it Tony Randall? And they throw the spaghetti against the wall, the famous spaghetti scene, and see what sticks. Well, that's what I think Disney's doing. Throwing the spaghetti, and what sticks is what they're doing. But all they have to do is, like you just said, Gina, is look at the material and talk and take from it, and not without talking to the people who are putting this up. Talk to the people who assembled that. Talk to the people who've created some of those characters. Talk to the people who have done the ton of books that happened, that were written, that were designed, that were creative. Like when you went up and got Favreau, and you looked at Clone Wars, that was a plus. Those we hung on those stories because they were so good, and there's tons of books out there. So pull those authors in, and it's a no-brainer. It's seriously, Disney, no-brainer. You're working too hard. You're trying to think you have all the ideas. Ask people. You'll feel much better for it, and we'll love you for it, won't we? Won't we? Yeah, we will. Look at Frank says Wicked. Yes, Wicked. And Bob Burdine says Wicked. So when Wicked came out in theaters, it was a huge splash on Broadway and also here in California. And everybody had to do Wicked, like Maleficent. I hate the movie. I hate Maleficent. The live action one. Don't get me started. Angela Jolie is the best thing about it because she looks cool. But her character arc is absolutely stupid. Not every villain wants to be redeemed. And I think Maleficent is one of those that's very happy about being the mistress of evil. I think she likes it, you know? So I didn't buy it. Oh, there's so many levels. I hated those movies. Ugh. And the sad thing about the live action, a lot of these live action Disney ones that they do, is you can't unsee them. Sometimes they're so offensive and you cannot get that horrible picture out of your mind. So I'm very careful when I go see live action ones because they're usually just terrible. With the exception of Kenneth Branagh's Cinderella. I love it. I just thought it was adorable. So I have Leslie Ann Warren's Cinderella. Okay. And next to that, I have the animated Cinderella by Walt Disney. And then I have the live action one because I think the live action one is very, very clever and very, very fun to watch. And I think she's adorable in it. I think everyone does a great job. It's a lot of fun. My opinion again, but I love that one. But most of the other ones, no, no. Yeah. And what's with live action Lion King? Really? Okay, really? I hear they're going to do a live action Stitch. How? What? Come on, guys, you know. And Buzz Lightyear, I thought was going to be brilliant. Okay, when they announced they were going to do Buzz Lightyear about the actor who becomes Buzz in the TV show was kind of what we're told, but turns out I guess it's not like that. We haven't seen it yet. People are furious because Disney made some choices that are absolutely ludicrous. So I don't know. I don't know who has the reins, guys. I really don't. You should love the setup that Favreau has set up because it uses video game tech, put the actors in those worlds, in the lands, etc. And he does practical effects as well. He realizes that like in Iron Man, an actor can't hold a green ball. An actor has to hold the helmet in order to emote. So they made the Iron Man helmet so that people can hold it, can use it, can fit it. And then when they fly, they use CG because we all saw, Black Hole, when they try to fly stuff, it's really barfy. If they redid Black Hole, that could actually benefit because then they could CG fly it. But you got to have some practical effects so the actors can work properly. When you do that, it's great. And I think I mentioned it before that if you go to China, Shanghai, when you can again, and you ride Pirates of the Caribbean, this is the ultimate win-win. They do practical along with CG, and it's a ride you're not even going to believe. You're not even going to believe how good this ride is. I was skeptical, but it is incredible. The Imagineers just blew out everything for that particular attraction, and it's just brilliant. They could have done more on the boat because the boat looks like a cereal box turned flat, and then they just ripped the top and put seats in it. So the boat is a little stupid, but the rest of it is fantastic. So, guys, I mean, when you balance practical with CG, it is magical when done right. And I think that with Favreau, that's the case. Another one is King Kong. King Kong, the one that was made out of Weta, is long. Okay, it's a bit. It could have used a more of an edit. Okay, in my opinion, but Peter Jackson's King Kong is beautiful because he does the same thing. CJ mixed with practical effects. So he blends them. That's the way to do that because then your actors and your movie has realness to it. Because there's so many things that when you make them in CG, they just look fakey. They just can't help themselves. CG has its limitations in it. Fakey. Or video gamey, as you're talking about. So in The Mandalorian, that's one of the things I really liked was he did both practical and he did CG, which I think, I really believe he gets it, which is why we love that series so much because he's really thought about it. And also He was among, I mean, I think he was in the audience when I was in the audience looking at the movies, early in life. I think he said when he was young, he sat in the audience for Empire Strikes Back. I think he mentioned in an interview that was the first movie. I could be wrong, but that's the point. We saw it when Lucas presented it. And we were never the same, because it was movies like Love Story and The Way We Were, which to science fiction people, I don't know how you feel, but I was like, blah, 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 hurt me now. The only thing I had was Star Trek and 2001: A Space Odyssey. And although it's a good movie, it puts you to sleep. Yeah. So when Star Wars came, we were just off the chain excited, because it was life-changing for many of us. Yeah. And for the world. Yeah. So yes, thank you. Thank you for saying that, Leo. It's a good comment. Yes, he wants to make sure. Mark Silverman, the monster craze of the 60s that lived into the 70s, died when Star Wars came out. When R2-D2 made the cover of Famous Monsters, that was the end. Yes, but we have all those beautiful things we still get to watch, and we still have Japan. Japan just will not let Godzilla go, and we're so glad that they don't. Yes, sometimes their Godzillas are a hit, and sometimes their Godzillas are a miss, and they really love CG, so sometimes it's too much CG, but it always centers around a practical suit. And so I love the Godzillas, and I don't care. I mean, I'm a puppeteer, so I'm constantly watching what is puppet, and how are they making the puppets do what they do, and the suits and everything. I love the Godzilla series. And in the case of Mark Silverman, he loves War of the Gargantuas, which is very cool. I have to say I prefer the Japanese one over the American version. I just think it's, I don't know, I like it better. Yeah, I don't know what you think, Mark, but I like that one better. The Mandalorian, exactly. Melissa Fent. Oh, you're so clever, Melissa. I would almost think you're Joe Penny. With that one, that was perfect. And you don't stop Maleficent from turning into a dragon. I mean, that's the least of their problems in that live action one. I couldn't believe in the live action one that the poor prince rides on. It's like, have you ever seen a play where in the intermission, the person comes from one side and they have a little plant, and then they take it all the way to the other side? And then the next thing, the plant is bigger. And then before you know it, the comic bit is that it's a tree, and they're walking from stage left to stage right, or stage right to stage left, depending on what they want to do. Okay. That's what this felt like. Poor the prince. I just felt so sorry for him, because he rides on the horse and kind of says, hi, and then he rides off. It is so lame. It is so, what has he got to do? They just took everything from him. Hey, what's up? Just, that movie was awful. Oh, gosh. Ugh. Hi, Bob. Hello, Bob. He's like giving me faces and thumbs up and stuff. What's coming up with you? Florida, Paris, projects, experience, pumpkin carving, fan club appearances? Boy, yes, Frank, all of the above. What's happening? I am going to near future. I think my next appearance is D20. No, Chalk. I'm doing a Chalk Walk event, and I have for 5 years. Then D23. I'm going to be there, hopefully with you. I'm hoping that we get a booth. And then from D23, I go to DizCon in Florida. Now, DizCon is really cool because it's sponsored by, as I understand it, Give Kids the World, one of the most amazing charities, if not the most amazing charity in Florida. I'm very excited to be a part of that. It's my first time, and I'm doing it with Mark Silverman. We're going to be on a panel together, and we're going to have other people there on the panel together. So it's going to be super, super cool and exciting. So there's that. Then in Florida, I'm getting together with some people who like Ghostbusters. That's a lot of you, because I did the Ghostbusters movie, and it just is the gift that keeps on giving. It doesn't seem to die. And ever since they did the latest Ghostbusters, it's really been a shot in the arm for the original. And so that's cool. So there's a lot of cool stuff happening. And I'm illustrating a book. Those of you who saw Giggling Pumpkins or bought Giggling Pumpkins, you know I did that with my best friend and author, Lynette Eklund. Well, she's writing another book. Can't tell you much about it, but that I'm illustrating, and I want to get those illustrations done. I'm also doing the Rolly Krupp chess set, hoping to announce that at the club, at D23. I'm hoping to make that announcement there. It will really depend on you, Frank, because I want to, let me say this positively, when we get a booth, I want it to be about the project that we're working on. And Frank and I are working on a great project. And so I would really love it to be ready to be introduced to all of you, because you're going to go gaga over it. But it's going to be really wonderful, really wonderful. Forgive me. I've got family. Yeah, we've got family. Okay, I will. I'm just, yeah. Let me just, everybody's asking me. So you got it. Okay, there. Oops. Otherwise, it'll pick up my thing. So thank you for allowing me it to ding. Forgive me for picking up the phone in front of you. I don't like that. But I have family that I have to monitor because of some health situations that I'm dealing with. I won't get into it now. It'll take another hour. And I need to get off and call the hospital, actually. Okay, but we'll be sharing. As you have seen, but yeah. Oh, and Frank also asks about pumpkin carving and sculpting. Okay, yes, it is July. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm a judge on, I have been in the past. Okay, so if you watched it last year, you noticed I'm a judge on Outrageous Pumpkins. It's a great show. I hope we do it again. But the thing is this, I teach a class. I teach a class to teach you how to create your own art on a pumpkin. And I'm definitely doing a couple of shows, and I'm doing a thing in Anaheim, is what I'm trying to say. So the 30th of October, the day before Halloween, I will be doing a class in Anaheim. If you're interested, message me, all right? Or email me, terri@terrihardin.com, and I'll tell you more. I will have the page put up, my website. My website is a work in progress, seriously under construction. So if you go there and it's kind of me, it's because we're working on it, okay? So a little grain of salt. I'm an artist. It's not top priority. It should be, but it's not. I got to get my artwork done. But if you want to do this, it's a lot of fun. Have you seen the pumpkins? Do you know what I'm talking about? Are you curious? You're not clear? Shall I show you some really quickly? Let me just show you a few. Pardon me. Here are some of the pumpkins from my students. Let's just hide Frank's comment for a minute, and you can see all my students' artwork, okay? This is last year's class in Anaheim, California, right next to Disneyland. What's really cool about this is if you dream of popping down to downtown Disney, or you want to go over to Disneyland, this location is just 5-10 minutes away. So you can make a couple days of it if you want. It's going to be that Sunday. And people say how long it is. Well, honestly, it can take 2 hours, which is usually what I'm teaching. But many of you like to stay the whole day and just noodle. That's what you get to do. It's your choice. Many stay with me. So here's one. There's another. Isn't that one cute? There's another. Look at that one. Isn't that cute? So the first thing you're going to notice with these is that they're all different. I don't make you do one thing. It is a debate that I have with other pumpkin sculptors, okay? Isn't that one cute? This is done by a 9-year-old. Isn't that adorable? Look how cute that is. So cute. See, kids just don't have any baggage. They just do it. Here's the cute little girl in her cute purple hair that did that pumpkin. Isn't that adorable? Love it. Just love it. Just makes me feel all happy. Here's a couple more. And there they are lit. I also talk about lighting them. I really am about lighting them. And that's a debate with professional pumpkin sculptors too, lighting or not lighting, but I believe in lighting them. So there you go. So that's what I teach you to do. Stay tuned for more information on that, but message me if you want to learn more, and I'll put you on a list. Okay. Okay. Yay. That's a really good question. So October 30th is going to be the class, and it's going to be in Anaheim. So you can make it a fun day. We have food, we have lunch, and it see, this is just the surprise. Every once in a while, something comes up. That happened to me before. Like all of a sudden, everything's dry, and I feel a little funny. And people who have had COVID tell me that's just part of getting well. So don't freak out over it, but don't ignore it either. So there you go. So thank you for allowing me to get a sip of water. But there you go. Thank you for the question, Frank. It was perfect. As you have seen today, you have seen Terri on her game. And one of the things I appreciate, says Bob Burdine, is her honesty, no filter, and even more so in the tribe. He's right. Sometimes, maybe you could get your back up. When it's a private page, if you guys are members of private pages, you can be a lot more open in some areas when you're a member of a private page. And the tribe is just so people they can let their guard down. They don't have to be so guarded because people are going to judge them. We don't do that in the tribe at all. So if you're someone who's just having, is out in the world and feeling a little depressed because of certain directions the world is going, or maybe you just want a little more love, the Terri's Tribe, patreon.com/Terri Hardin is where you want to go, okay? It's just really, really worth it. Did you meet Forrest Ackerman? To me, Forey represents the monsters from 1960s to 70s, and you represent Star Wars 1980s and later. Thank you, Frank. And yes, Forey and I were really good friends. I went to, so Star Wars happens, and you cosplayers will get this. Star Wars happens, and now I'm doing costumes from Star Wars. I'm doing cosplay. I'm very famous for a particular one that I did. At the time, it was called Costume Cavalcade, not cosplay. I actually competed with people like V. Neil, who's known in the makeup world as the ultimate makeup artist. And in shows where some of the judges were Rick Baker, Greg Canham, Stan Winston, Dick Smith. Yeah. So it's really cool. When the judges is that big a thing, you're like, whoa. They loved my mermaid tail because it was beautiful. They said, we like Terri because she doesn't do roadkill. A lot of makeup artists of that time did a lot of roadkill. I don't do roadkill. I do like pretty stuff, just not into roadkill or zombies or anything like that. Not my speed. I'm always doing attractive or unusual characters and things in my cosplay. So anyway, I was doing this, and let me see if I have it here. I'm just going to pop it up. Here we go. I thought I had a better picture of it. Let's see if I did a Star Wars one. I did not. Okay, well, I'll do this one. It'll show you what I'm talking about. It kind of fits. Anyway, here is my outfit that I made for based on Empire Strikes Back. Here I am as a New Hope. And I made the jacket. I made the gun. I made the gun belt. A friend of mine made the blaster. And I made the pants. I made the boots. I made everything. And then the pièce de résistance was I made a Yoda. So I sculpted this Yoda, and I did a performance with this Yoda and swept the contest and won some money. And when I first went to one of the conventions, it was called the Doug Wright Con. Doug Wright used to have a convention where it was down near the LAX airport. And if your name, he would decide who could go in and who couldn't. In fact, that's what made a lot of people not like Doug Wright. But everybody just blew the doors off of their costumes like many of you do now. And also the San Diego Comic-Con. But anyway, I met Forey. I was nervous because Doug Wright had a talent contest, and I ended up winning this one. But I was nervous. I was 18, and I was sitting there nervous because I was going to do this mime thing that I had designed to music. And he sat next to me, Forrest Ackerman did, and said to me, you look a little nervous. And I said, oh my God, you're Forrest J. Ackerman. And he said, yes. And he showed me the Scarabus ring from The Mummy, and then the ring that Bela Lugosi, and then he invited me to his museum, and we went. And he laughed because I got all excited about the Fahrenheit 451 book with covered in asbestos. So if you know the story of Ray Bradbury's for Fahrenheit 451, then you know the deal with that book being in asbestos. But anyway, it was a great opportunity. We were fast friends. I performed. He asked me to perform at his birthday party, and then he took me up to the suite in the hotel, and I met a ton of people celebrating his birthday, including, what is it, Angus Scrim from Phantasm Boy, and I wouldn't go near him. I also met Willard, the actor who played Willard. Very, very sweet fella. A lot of fun to meet. But I met some really cool people that were icons in my day. So like you're saying, icons in my day. Forey's Museum was fantastic. I'm a big fan of the Seven Faces of Dr. Lo. And Panel I. See, I tend to imitate the movies. But it's a great movie. It's Tony Randall playing 7 different characters, and it's brilliant. It's absolutely fun and wonderful. And Bill Tuttle was the makeup artist, and I was very close with Bill through Forey. So yes, I knew Forey. Yes, I knew his wife, Wendy. Yes, I knew all of the people attached to that. It was just heaven. And then down the street from me is a very amazing person named Bob Burns. And through Bob, I met Bob at a convention. And then Bob told me about shows he was doing. And I remember as a child seeing the Halloween shows that Bob did. It's a small nut of people that all know each other. And you go, I worked on that. You were there. What? You were there. And it's just cool. It's just really, really cool. So thank you for asking me. Yeah, Forrest Ackerman is a dear, 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 wonderful man. And we had a great time. In fact, when he was older, much, much older, and I hadn't seen him in a while, he was across the street, our neighbors across the street, just showing you how small the world was. And they were shooting an independent film as Forey was sitting on the lawn. And I recognized John Agar there, who I'm a big fan of. And then also was Bill Smith. You remember Bill Smith from Every Which Way and Any Which Way, and also played Conan the Barbarian's father. So he's standing there, huge fan. I went over to meet him and met some great people just by going across the street because they were all doing an independent film together. Yeah, that's cool. Thanks for taking me there, Frank. I really enjoyed that. And Forey was there. Forey was there too. Will told me that he'd always lived in my town, and he remembers when the roads were dirt. The town was so new, there were no paved roads. I love stories like that. Oh, he used to ride a donkey to school. Yeah, that's that big, massive guy who played Conan's father. The Riddle of Steel. Yeah, with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Brilliant, brilliant. Represent my go-to person. Yeah. Leo says, StarWars.com news, The Mandalorian stagecraft feature. There you go. Something to check out. Yeah. Leo is the guy who, I got 3 people probably. Joe Pinney, who joins us a lot on this channel. Leo, who is part of the tribe. And one other person who, Darren Michaels. They all are really good researchers. And so whenever my brain, has a vapor lock or whatever, they always come to my aid and catch me. So, and Frank does that too. You notice how they both said wicked. So, it's cool. It's really cool. And I just can relax and fall back and know they've got me. So, it's a really wonderful thing. It's a really wonderful thing to have. And so that's the tribe. So I highly recommend that you be a part of it because it's really, really fun. Up to you. If you don't have $5 a month because it's that choice between you and food, I get it, which is why feel free to sit here. But that helps this stay free and clear and, no commercial breaks. Don't you just hate commercial breaks? So no commercial breaks. Yeah, at least right now. But I'm a little channel. I'm a little channel. I have really good quality grade A viewers. That's all of you guys. But it's not a giant group. If you look how many followers I have, it's not a lot. But you guys are the best. And I love quality. So thank you. Thank you for those of you who subscribed and became. Thank you very much. And you honor me. So thank you. Thank you. Good morning. I'm late today. How is my dad? He's doing better. And this is the reason that I'm working to keep things short now, because I've got to go take a look at my dad. More on that later. I've been building websites since 1995. I've yet to meet anyone who is satisfied with their website. Well, this has more to do with there's things missing on my website, Frank. Okay. My portfolio isn't up there. It really is a Swiss cheese version. And there's a lot going on there, but a friend of mine is working on it now, and I'm trying to do my due diligence and focus enough so that he's not waiting on me. But with COVID, it slowed down, and now it's just a matter of I want Lindsay's input on it too. So we have to coordinate our schedules. So that's the great thing. So Oscar Martinez. Yes, I'm sorry I missed you too, sweetheart. I wasn't there very long. Yeah, I was there for a while and said hello to as many people. Were you at the Carnation Cafe? Because I didn't get to stay there. I was invited to breakfast, but I figured since I was going to be there for such a short time, and this is because I am just about a week after me having COVID, and so many people who had COVID told me I really need to take it easy. And since I have to drive so far, because I'm in Hollywood, Burbank area, that it's like an hour. Well, if you go early enough, it's 30 minutes, but afterwards, it's like it was an hour and a half to get home. So I had to be careful. I just had to make sure that I didn't get too overtaxed. So I had to go. But I'm sorry I missed you too. I said hello to a lot of people. Next time we probably should text, and then I'll make a point of seeing, those people like Willie. I missed Willie too. He was up in Club 33. So I didn't get to see him either. So you passed the cafe. I figured they'd like to all see you because you're an icon over there. You're an icon at Disneyland though. So, but I love you and I missed you, and I'm sorry I missed you too. Yeah. It got hot and I didn't stay long. It got hot and seriously crowded. The one person who loves this reservation system is Disney. Wouldn't you agree? Because they can regulate everything, too many, too little, The nice thing is if you have a reservation, you don't have to worry about not getting in. Okay. You get in because you have a reservation. So, and mine was touch and go because I didn't know if I was going to be strong enough after COVID to do it. But luckily that was 8 days out. I think it was my 8th day. Sunday was my 8th day of testing negative. So I was fine. But like you, early in the morning was beautiful, cool. And there weren't a lot of people. The people started coming at about 11:30, about 11, maybe 10:30, 11. And that's when I was out of there, went and had lunch and visited with my tribe and anyone else who happened to come by and say hello. And then I went home. Yeah. And then truth be told, I slept for the rest of the day. So that's been kind of happening. I do a little bit, rest, do a little bit, rest, do a little bit, rest. Yeah. I fell asleep so fast that if you were paying attention to when these were announced, this thing was announced, that I was going to broadcast, it was like, what was it, 3 a.m? Because I woke up at 3 a.m. going, I didn't do my... Don't you find that the preparation in whatever thing you do can be a challenge? What are you going to make for dinner? The meal planning is annoying, isn't it? I find it annoying. I don't know about you. And it's the same. It's not annoying to do it, but you go, what am I going to talk about today? And a lot of times it just needs to be something to open with, and then you guys catapult me forward, and I'm really grateful. See, you always have my back, and I really appreciate it. So yes, Oscar, I didn't stay long either, and that was the point. Guys, we're at 1 hour. I'm going to go take care of some business. It's Monday. I have a very, very busy Monday. I'm so glad to have gotten to talk to you today. I'm so glad we had this time together. So it's cool just to have a laugh and sing a song. Anyway, I'm I'm a puppeteer. I can't help it. Anyway, guys, I love you all. Thank you so much. I hope you have an amazing, amazing day, an amazing, amazing week, and we will see you this Friday. Oh my goodness. What is the date this Friday? Today is the 18th, 19th, 20th, 25th, 22nd, right? Isn't it going to be the 22nd? Woo! This month has flown. Yeah, I can't believe it, how fast it's going. It went very slow when I had COVID because I don't sit still well. I have to be doing this because you don't want to see somebody doing on the camera. It's really annoying. So I had to train myself, but I'm talking to you, so that's better. But yes, being during COVID, it was really hard to sit still. I tried to watch movies and I tried to read, but my nose was running, so I had to do those, hi, how are you? All of that. So that was the challenge for me because I do not sit still while I'm here. I'm there. I'm everywhere. Roy Kent. Okay, I really digress there with my Ted Lassoism. I do this all the time. Luckily, I have a husband who believes in it, loves it, and we're always quoting movies. So, guys, do you like ghost stories? What's this from? Mrs. Cobritz. Mrs. Cobritz. One of my favorite movies of all time. It is so scary. It's beautiful. Anyway, you guys can tell each other what that is. You were listening to me like the radio, weren't you, Joseph? I didn't hear from you today, but I'm glad you're here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you. Seems we just got started and it's time to say so long. I'm working to bring them in because I know you guys are starting to get out in the world and have a life. So sometimes we'll go long and sometimes we'll go short. But I appreciate you guys working with me in this week because, as was mentioned, my dad right now is someone. The health is I'm working on that, so I need to go. Be the tigress, catch his back. Yeah. And we'll talk more, of course. But yeah, looking forward to Friday. Take care. Me too, Diane, very, very much. Hi, Angie. I was late, but I'll rewatch. Yeah. And then, but see what I mean? Angie's the perfect example. During COVID, she was like one of my only viewers. You were, Angie. And now Angie's got a life. Everybody has a life. And so I'm going to keep it kind of short, so that we can, but guys, comment, like I'll do the ask me anythings and try to make those a little bit longer. But thank you for working with me as I'm having these few little challenges. July is a challenge, so I appreciate you giving, your understanding on this. But I love you for it. So, and thank you, Angie. Very, very kind of you. And Carol Burnett, sign off. Yes, exactly. I love Carol Burnett. So, and my friend MJ loves her and is good friends with her. So why not? It just it works. Doesn't it work? It works. She has a migraine. Oh, Angie, I'm sorry. I've got a few ideas for you on that one. I'll see you from Sacramento. Okay, I'll check in. Checking in. Bye for now. Do something nice for others. It'll make you feel a whole lot better. Guys, be of service. There is no more fun in life is helping someone else. As Zig Ziglar says, help people get what they want and you'll get what you want. And it's a really great ism. Okay, be well. See you Friday. Have a great week.